As many of you know, Sturm Drang is one of my favorite weapon combos in all of Destiny. It's a lot of fun to use. It has a pretty high skill floor, so it's harder to pick up, but it's incredibly satisfying when you do make big plays and manage to make the combo work. Today I decided to take Sturm Drang and combine it with some of the Charge with Light mods to give it that bit more lethality that it would usually lack as a double primary combo. I managed to get some pretty good plays and a few good games with a couple we-rans, so that's what I'll be rolling in the gameplay, but I'll also be talking about the build I use specifically. Starting by talking about Sturm Drang a little bit more in depth, I'll talk about my Drang roll. It has full bore and fluted, ricochet rounds, moving target, swashbuckler, and a range masterwork. If you're well acquainted with this loadout, you know that Drang kills grant an overcharged bullet to Sturm that lets it deal 163 damage with that bullet for a 1 crit 1 body kill. And Drang kills also on my roll activate swashbuckler, so that lets me chain kills quicker and continuously with the damage buff from swashbuckler, of course to get more Sturm overcharges and just overall better close range capability and crowd control with Drang. Moving target on my Drang stacks with sidearms, inherently getting 10% less of a strafe penalty while aiming down sights for 12% penalty total versus 25% on other weapons, and as well increases the aim assist stat by 10 for a total of 80 with Drang, improving the aim assist cone and just consistency on the weapon, of course. I do have max range on this Drang, but I actually tried fluted in this video instead just for that really fast swap speed between the two weapons, and I found that I wasn't actually missing out on range too much. I like to think of this weapon combo similarly to a last word snipe style play with a bit more overall versatility, but of course less lethality typically. I've said it in the past, Drang functions nearly like a legendary version of the last word. It even has higher zoom level for better range capability than it. When using the combo, putting in damage with Sturm and cleaning up with Drang for overcharges, or putting in shots with Drang and finishing with a 1 or 2 tap with Sturm is probably the best way to utilize the loadout and the two weapons. Constantly swapping between the two weapons based on the damage you have dealt and appropriate range while using cover is really important. Now let's talk about where Charge with Light comes into the mix. So combining Sturm with Drang and Charge with Light gives it a lot more lethality, like I mentioned, and that's lethality that it typically lacks in comparison to that of Last Word and Snipe combo. I use Swift Charge as a means to get Charge with Light from multi-kills with Drang, and this was great because it charges you with Light, but also from those same kills with Drang is giving you Sturm overcharges at the same time. I also use Charge Harvester because it allows us to become charged with Light from kill and assist streaks. Usually I find between 4 to 6 kills or assists, and in our play it allows us to use the high DPS of Sturm to just put shots in for our team and allow them to get easy kills which count as assists, and we can get charged with Light off of that, or we can even use our super if we do have a Sturm overcharge to get ourselves on a defeat streak and get charged with Light hopefully. Stacks on stacks is incredibly useful because it gives us 2 stacks of charge with Light every time we get charged for more continuous lethality for our loadout and Sturm most specifically. High Energy Fire is our last Charge with Light mod and is a very key one because it gives us a 20% damage boost that lasts until we get a weapon kill or die, as long as we have stacks of Charge with Light, and of course every time we get a kill it's going to consume one of those stacks of Charge with Light. High Energy Fire is massive for Sturm because it allows Sturm to kill in 2 critical hits without an overcharge, but what's truly wild is with an overcharge and Charge with Light with High Energy Fire, Sturm will deal 195 damage, allowing you to 1-tap most resilience levels up until 7 resilience. I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely insane that it can do this, and this gives a new life to this build and this weapon pairing, giving it that lethality that it needs a little bit more of. I mean, I get it. It's not going to happen all the time, and it's not going to always be active on this loadout, and it requires some setup, but I feel like you actually can get it to happen more times than you might think. Think of it this way. We have 2 avenues to getting that 1-tap Sturm that require us to play no different. It's either we get a double kill with Drang, which we are going to aim for anyways, naturally going for Sturm overcharges, and from getting a double kill with Drang, we're getting 2 Sturm one-shots. which is insane. Getting that double kill gives you 2 stacks of Charged with Light because you become Charged with Light, and stacks on stacks brings that to 2 stacks. And then of course you get 2 Sturm overcharges, so 2 Sturm one-shots. But the other avenue is just going on that defeat or kill streak, just putting in shots, staying alive, not even having to go for kills specifically, just putting in damage, getting assists will get you to that point where you're going to be charged with light. And if you happen to have an overcharge, again, you can go for the one tap. But even if not, worst case scenario, you get charged with light with Sturm, you have a possible 2 tap or at least 109 headshots until you get your next kill, which is some pretty massive damage to be dealing per shot. So I think Charged with Light does some amazing things for Sturm and Drang and makes this combo so much better, breathes new life into it, and I'm pretty excited to use it more going forward, and hopefully I'll be able to get some bigger kill games with it. I got some decent games in with it today, but again, I'm more so just showing off the streaks and the plays that I got within those streaks in this video. Lastly, I thought I'd cover all the stat splits I was using, the exotic I was using, subclass, and mods, just other components of my loadout. So I was using Spectral Blades so I could activate Flawless Execution with the high damage headshots from Sturm, hopefully one taps, and activating the invisibility of this allowed me to easily close the gap and pick up kills with Drang, which feeds back into Sturm to reactivate Flawless Execution and just continuously chain that, and it's a lot of fun to do. I was using Knucklehead Radar as my exotic. It was actually helping me with staying aware and managing chaotic scenarios, especially in 6s, which is why I've been liking this exotic recently, but especially with this weapon combo, being able to have that awareness in 6s where you're lacking a little bit of lethality compared to shotguns and snipers. I originally wanted to use Stompies to play a little bit more into Drang's versatility and potential, but it didn't fit into my mod and stat build as well as Knucklehead did. The stats on my build were 3 mobility, 6 resilience, 9 recovery, 7 discipline, 5 intellect, and 2 strength. Now this is admittedly more discipline than I would like to have, but with my current gear, this is the best I could do with each of the stat penalties from the Charged with Light perks, and I think it's still pretty good. Aside from mobility, I like more mobility, but I have to hunt for more mobility focused gear admittedly. On my helmet, I was using a recovery mod, enhanced scatter targeting for Drang, and precision targeting for the accuracy of Sturm. On my arms, I used a recovery mod and swift charge. On my chest, I used enhanced hand cannon unflinching to make sure that I got those Sturm shots off, and sidearm unflinching as well with stacks on stacks. And on my boots, I used a recovery mod, traction, and charge harvester because obviously with this double primary combo, you don't really need a scavenger perk. On my class item, finally, I had recovery mod, perpetuation, and high energy fire. Anyways, this is my Sturm Charged with Light one tap build, if you want to call it that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the build. If you'd like to see more content like this, you can check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Drewskys. Link is in the description. I stream pretty often, pretty much every day, so I hope to see you there. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Zone A captured. You have advantage. If you want it, this battle is yours. Take it! Zone C lost. Zone A lost. It's a power play. Get those zones back. Zone C captured. 2 for 1. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing. Zone B captured. You're winning. Stay strong. Double down. A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. Now you're fighting with heart, Guardian. Sound tactics bring victory.